Welcome back to Marsupilami. So now it's time to finish the docks.
Stage
3.
3.
As in stage 3 of the dock.
There we go.
Once again, this game operates on Sonic the Hedgehog logic, where it's a zone and each zone has 3 acts and a boss.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sonic 1 at least.
Well, Sonic Heroes kind of went. Well, actually, no, that was. Never mind.
That was 2 acts plus.
Yeah. You're right.
Boss 2.
How many acts have the levels in Forces?
It doesn't work like that too. The levels and the stages in Sonic, there are 30 stages in Sonic Forces, and the bosses themselves also count as stages. You know, so basically in total there's like 25 stages, and there's no the structure works more like there's a big world map, and you're just selecting the stages as they show up, basically.
Okay.
Basically, since you're taking back the world from Eggman, the way it works is, at first the world is all red, as in taken by Eggman, and the more stages you complete, the more blue it gets.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
If you want to save your friends, Marsupilami, solve my maze. You go
So what's this power up that you got?
You don't remember, we've been using this one. It's the one that allows me to pick Bonelli from his head and pull him up.
The icon looks a bit different.
No, it's the
whatever.
same. It's the same icon, I assure you. You must be confusing with something else.
Probably.
So that guy's deadly weapon is the palm of his hand. What's he gonna do? Shove it in your face, and that'll cost you your health.
Yeah, this enemy is a bit weird. I mean, all he does is just stand there.
Stop and tell you to stop.
Stop in the name of the law.
No, this is not Judge Dredd.
He's not Thompson or Thompson for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
I say Thompson. Anyway, alright, so basically, as always, I went a bit ahead of myself, so I could check things out and kill all the enemies first. As you can see, basically, there's once again a lot of bringing in Bonelli through platforms. Fortunately, this is not this is nowhere near as hard as it's gonna get in the later stage.
Joyful.
It's
LM.
I don't know, Dwebs. I'm guessing it's probably a reference to the cartoon.
Sorry, can you repeat that, Dweebs?
I was just wondering who LM is.
You can see LM on the boxes.
Not very. Maybe it's a reference to the creator. I'm gonna check.
There you go, Tail. That's what it does.
Ah, my tail!
Oh, okay. Well, Dweebs, we have established that this tail is both high resistant and super strong, so. Jesus.
Must still hurt the poor guy, though.
So, remember, Dwebs, we're operating on Looney Tunes logic, so pain is meaningless.
Well, yeah, I mean, we saw earlier the typical Looney Tunes Roadrunner thing of they go onto a drop, they stay in the air for a bit, then they fall down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's a specific name for that, but I can't think of it right now.
Anyway, no, the author was Andre Frankin. Oh, no LM. I don't know what that maybe means, Dweebs. Sorry.
Every time he skips through, I keep thinking he's singing a song to himself. Marsupilami wins and wins, carrying an elephant on my whim.
Very
1,
good.
2, 3.
Very good, Dwebs.
Well, whatever you may sing, it's still better than the Italian opening of the cartoon.
Really? Was it that bad?
Much like with the... I'm not the best qualified person to tell this. If he was still around on the SMV, you should be asking now. But let's just say that like 80% of the Italian openings of cartoons and animes are kind of bad. No, yeah, only a very selected few of them, and I mean original ones, get spared. In some cases, like the X-Men or the Spider-Man 90s cartoon, they retained the original, which were just, the rock thing, like in the X-Men. But in others, they wanted to create their own original spin on things. But there was this misconception, and there still is, for the most part, that all cartoons are for children, so the openings consequentially must be as kiddish as possible. no matter what the subject material is.
Hmm.
As you can imagine, a lot of properties were kind of mistreated because of this. But oh well, I mean, it got better in time anyway.
That's good to.
Come on.
I'm guessing when anime got. As you keep saying that your country's full of weebos, so I'm guessing the introduction of anime probably led to.
Actually, no. Animes were very important ever since the late 70s, 80s. Pretty much almost the same time as Japan anyway, in some cases.
Okay.
But for the most part, they still retained their... for the most part, we gave openings to them as well, in specific region openings. But they were they had a bit of a better quality back then due to not being for the mainstream public as they later became for some product like say Naruto. Back then we had stuff like God, I need to remember the original titles, but we had different stuff, and as I mentioned, some were even commissioned by an Italian company to Tatsunoko Production. So there were that. But only recently, a couple of animes actually retained. Oh, Jesus!
Shark.
That's Jaws now.
It looks, you know, it looks scary.
Well, it's a shark. I'm guessing that's the point.
Oh, and you knock his big teeth.
And
that's it.
Yeah, the bosses in this game are stupidly easy.
Okay. All right, bonus stage.
Marsupilami forces.
Our bosses that bad?
Well, actually,
I should stress that as of the day we're recording this, I still haven't got the game.
Actually, it's like if you want to go for quick and stupidly quick and easy bosses in the Sonic game, you should go for Lost World, not Forces, because the bosses Forces are actually one of the better aspects of the game, if you ask me.
Okie dokie. Well, I'll find that out in December. But for now,
sure.
I forgot, Waves. Which version are you taking? The PS4.
PS4.
Well,
I would have done the Switch version, but
it's the worst one.
Told me it runs terribly.
No, it doesn't run terribly. It runs fine
it's just the weakest of the PC.
On its own merits, there's nothing particularly bad about it. It's just that it's such a downgrade from the 1080p 60 FPS from the PS4.
Okay.
Whereas the Xbox One version is in 60 FPS, but 720p for some reason.
Well, I remember Japan ain't exactly fond of the Xbox, so I guess maybe.
I guess. Especially considering that Forces was heavily marketed towards Japan.
Well, actually, this brings up a good point, Teo, because the Xbox One version of Sonic Forces is only going to release in Japan digitally. So. Alright, let's save a file here.
Even they knew not to waste money on a physical.
Alright, theme park.
Theme park. But where, actually? Texas, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
It looks more like we're on the border with Mexico.
So, headcanon, this is the actual... No, we are in Texas, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, that guy was randomly killing birds.
Yeah, the method, you think that he just attack you with the gun on you. But no, his method of attacking is shooting in the air, and the duck falling is the projectile that attacks you.
Points for creativity?
Although it looks a bit unnecessary. Also, what kind of fruit is this? Like biscuit or something?
I don't know. Like sometimes they'll have these fruits which it's literally just blue or red squares. I don't know what these. Look, in this level we get to kill dogs and kitties.
Yay!
No, they don't die. They just puff away and vanish.
Also, that guy's eyes bulge up when he throws the lasso. Jeez.
Yeah. Alright, so the gimmick with this level is that you have to try your best to do some Bonelli platforming, so you can get the abilities you need, so you can guide
Progress.
Bonelli for the stage, especially because the only way to get the stairway icon in this level is to get the hammer icon, which you'll need the parachute icon to get as well. You still think this is a game, young man? Anyway, all right. So you'll see. Also, those eyes there in the bushes. That whatever. Cartoon reference to the show, I guess. Anyway.
Yeah, I think I see what you.
So how do you get Bonelli on this thing?
Simple. Fruit and use the ability that we do have.
All right, the grappling thing.
All right, that's a grappling hook. That's the.
Did he just fart those out of his ass?
No, he drops them. Devs. Come on, get your mind out of the gutter.
It's not like Crash Bandicoot in the Insane Trilogy where he literally pulls crystals and jam out of his ass.
Well, it makes more sense than how Coco's able to teleport them. I mean, she can apparently put them inside her laptop.
90s hacking lingo, dweebs.
But it's 2017.
But dude, the 90s, man.
All right, so the key here is to do this, then put another fruit so that Bonelli remains busy, and then do this again, and stop, and then get him there so he can,
Mm-hmm.
And hope he doesn't walk back on the thing.
No, that's okay. I put a fruit there so he would stop and eat it. You see this? It's all about planning in advance.
Good job, I'm not
So
playing this game, then.
well, you have to admit, for a kid back in the day, especially considering back in the day, video games were kind of rare in terms of puzzle-driven stuff. Like this game was actually kind of.
There it is.
This game was pretty brainy for its time, if you ask me, because usually when you think of mascot platformers, you think of just, straightforward platforming, right? But this game definitely took a risk and took a completely different approach to its structure, which is one of the main reasons why I like it, because it really tried something different for its time.
All right.
Yeah, considering, if we can get a new Bubsy game, I'm surprised you haven't tried another one of maybe not Marsupilami, but maybe another more obscure cartoony platformer.
I don't even understand why. I mean, if anything, what Accolade should have done is hire some kind of developer that is good with comedy and just have a game that is good to play, but at the same time has a very funny script to it. But no, the new Bubsy game was just we don't give a shit. We're just throwing it here because memes.
Yeah, and what's sad is that whenever they tried to be the Sonic Twitter account, they failed miserably.
Yeah.
At least Darren Weber knows how to use memes correctly.
Yeah. Also, that's reverse hat, cowboy hat.
Did you guys see that ad? I haven't seen that advert myself, but did you see the one?
Yeah.
Where they tried to take the Mickey out of Sonic?
Yeah, I did.
That's such
It was for Halloween, dweebs.
That's about as. That's so desperate, isn't that? It's.
I mean, could we even use that properly?
No, they couldn't. It was a Flash Sonic
Was
ship
it
thing.
Oh, so I guess it's like fair use or something.
Yeah, fair use. I mean, they weren't even using any actual Sonic official artwork or anything. They were literally.
True.
So.
All right, it's like that guy who made that weird Sonic parody with humans in Sonic costumes.
I mean, their analogy didn't even work because we had Sonic Mania earlier in the year.
Yeah.
I mean, what was their point? That Sonic games suck because we've had Mania prove otherwise, and even Forces is at least
better than Bubsy, at least from what I've seen.
Oh, by the way, have you seen Johnny's review of Forces, Pedro?
Yes, I have.
Hmm.
For the record,
I did too.
For the record, audience, we're recording this shortly after Forces release, so pardon the constant Forces talk.
But don't worry, we won't let it overshadow the antics of Skip Tail over here.
Skip Tail.
Dude, sometimes an animal needs something to entertain itself.
But surely he could do better than just using his tail as a skipping rope.
Rails.
So cliche.
So guess who we found? In this stage, we found the first of Marsupilami's 3 kids.
Okay.
There he is.
Oh, in a cage.
And
Reminds me of.
no big deal it was made. He just grabs it and was like,
It reminds me of the. No, I forgot the term. I think it's called the lambs. It reminds me of yellow lambs from the first Rayman.
Mm-hmm.
But they're found in cages and you need to free them.
Indeed.
Also bananas.
It's not even just that, Dwebs. It's more the fact that the new Bubsy game just and it could have at the very least made something that was at the very least comedic, and but it was something so lazy about itself.
We actually find out who voices Bubsy.
No, probably some random guy they found on the streets.
But he needed to pay his bills.
I'll see if I can find it. Bubsy voice.
I think even Rob Paulson at this point is aware of the stuff.
And wants to stay away from this stinker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not dealing with this shit anymore.
Sorry. I get. It's true that I don't get much work nowadays, but still.
How did Barney manage to get there?
Well, you just walk there too, because the way it works is when you go for one of those passages, you show up at the top somehow because
automatically
because cartoon.
No, I still can't find much of anything.
That's okay.
Wonder if it's in the credits.
It most likely is.
If the game has credits,
it does. I'm pretty sure it needs to, because legal stuff and shit.
Well, sometimes they have uncredited actors in games.
True.
There we go. And I have to keep it on the hat, I guess.
And yeah, this is by far the hardest of these sections, because you have to basically allow the hat to just cross over through pretty much like a big go around in a big circle. So either
you need to do it slowly.
Either whip him back and forth or just keep feeding him fruit.
Well, considering you have so much, it shouldn't be a problem.
No, it's not. The only problem is that, like, if you allow yourself to get distracted, you might allow him to fall, which is why you really need to be mindful. First of all, be mindful of how many fruits you put in one spot, because so you'll know in advance which one is the last one, because the game doesn't let you know. There we go. Come back
Almost
here.
There.
Oh, fuck.
Now what?
Now we have to start all over.
How lovely.
But anyway, what I was talking about is that not really, because Sonic Forces at the very least had some amount of content put into it, whereas people keep talking about how Sonic Forces can only be completed in 4 hours. The people who did do that, clearly the only thing they did was just blast through the stages, not even trying them more than once, just so they could finish the story. Because if you've been playing it like I have, which is I've literally been trying to 100% the game as I go through, trust me, the game becomes a whole different beast. So
at least Forces, so at least the amount of content in Forces justifies its price. Bubsy, however, costs like £25 and you can complete it in like an hour.
It's
from what I've seen with Forces, they're still probably gonna release some more DLC packs.
Yeah, there's gonna be at the very least the Sonic shirts in the Supersonic DLC.
Really, we're making Sonic shirts.
Yes.
But don't worry, guys. Bubsy, I'm pretty sure Bubsy will be on the bandwagon soon. He'll have a T-shirt saying what can possibly go wrong on the front.
Anyway, it's
almost there.
If that ends up being true.
Have you guys seen Johnny's Lost World review?
Yeah, I did, but it was a bit of a time ago, so I don't remember it.
Well, to sum it up,
I remember him raging about the 3DS version.
That's because the 3DS version is a pile of garbage. Anyway, oh,
where did that come from?
Well, gotta have a minecart level, I guess.
Welcome to.
But now it seems like he's having fun at least.
My guess is that it's made so that if he accidentally goes back, you cannot whip it back on the right direction.
Was there ever a Crash game that had you in a minecart?
Wrath of Cortex.
Yeah, Rafa Cortex. So, oh boy, I'm honestly of two minds of because I'm going to be the one recording that game for the channel. I'm honestly of two minds because I mean it's not a bad game in and of itself. It's just Crash Free Light.
Mm-hmm.
And
There we go.
considering it was made in the UK,
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yay!
Sorry.
We saved one of the kiddies.
will
it
we
seems
save?
It seems a bit confused.
Do these kids even have names?
I'm guessing you have to ask a fan of the cartoon, those, because I don't know them.
Don't remember these, honestly.
No, I got it. They'll be named Kid 1, Kid 2, Kid 3, and Pete.
The Expendables.
All right.
Yeah.
All
See
right,
you,
then.
everybody.
See ya.